Today we're talking about why you just might want to build a tiny cabin on wheels instead of buying an RV. Oh, that's the dream, right? Everybody wants to have an RV to travel the country with and enjoy with their family, and today I'm talking about why there's an alternative to that. Something you don't necessarily have to spend as much money on and can have a lot better product with versus buying an RV. How's it going, guys, and welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk. My name is Chad and this is the Hopeful Homestead. Today we're talking specifically about why, from a conceptual level, why would you want to build a tiny cabin on wheels versus just buying an RV? You can get RVs for pretty decent prices these days. I know Coleman has that one model, I forget what it's called, but it's around 10 or so grand for a fully kitted out RV that has a full bathroom. It's got like bunks for kids and like I think a king size mattress bed for adults and a little kitchenette in it and air conditioning and everything. And so that's a pretty tough price point to beat, but I can tell you right now, you can still beat that price by a significant margin and build almost a similar size cabin on wheels. If you do it yourself, you're going to be able to customize it and design it exactly to fit your needs. You can have it be something that's pretty off the wall and pretty cool. You can have it be pretty rustic. I love leaning into the rustic vibe. I'm really going to lean deeper into the rustic vibe with this new cabin I'm building, and I'm excited to be able to just tailor it to exactly what I want it to be, specifically for my family's needs. And so that brings me to an important point. An RV is outfitted for the masses. Yeah, they have different variations and different models with different trim levels and all that, like any vehicle and whatnot does. But in large part, they're designed specifically for the masses, not necessarily for exactly what you want. And when you decide to build something yourself, obviously you can completely customize it to what you want. So that's one of the advantages of building it yourself. Secondly, you can actually, believe it or not, you can build something that's much higher quality with much better craftsmanship and much better materials, be much sturdier, something that will last a lot longer for less money than you can buy an equivalent size RV. I know the 6.5 by 12 cabin that I'm building right now, I'm using standard 16 on center, 2x4 framing for the walls, and I'm gonna outfit it with a built-in custom set of twin bunk beds in the back that are not normal bunk beds. One is gonna be floor mounted and the other one's gonna be halfway up so that it's something that could be used by an adult comfortably, but also both those beds could be used for my two daughters, which that's part of what making it custom to your family needs is beneficial, is that if you're doing it yourself, you can custom tailor it like that. I want my two daughters to have their own beds that are always ready. And you can outfit a whole myriad of things to what you want. I power my cabins with those off-grid, I use a Blue Eddy, electric power station. That's, a battery power station that I use. I've figured out how to do a system where I actually have an RV port in the side of this thing that allows me to plug in a 110 outlet from outside to be able to have another cord coming through. It's all watertight and water sealed, and it's charging the battery in here when I'm running the air conditioner in here off of that battery. I can charge it actively with pass-through power by plugging in through that RV port that I've mounted on the side of the wall of this cabin and having a gas generator outside. So you've got a lot of flexibility of how you can outfit things to do exactly what you want when you design it yourself. And some of you might be saying, hey, that's nice and not that handy. I got news for you. This little cabin I'm sitting in right now was the first thing I ever built. Besides my little Kentucky 4-board fence that's out here on the property that I built to keep the cattle from the other neighbors' lots off of our land once we bought this land, I decided from that experience, I was like, I saw a couple people online do this where they built little custom cabins on trailers, and I thought, I bet I can do that. You know what? It was a great learning experience. I learned a lot doing this. And this cabin, for being a first shot at it, it's been watertight. No mold growing in here, no moisture getting through, no bugs getting in. This thing has been good. And that's another part of it, is that I mentioned before, is that when you're doing it yourself, you can really put tender love and care into making sure that what you're doing ends up being the right quality and fit to your life. And for me, I really wanted to make sure this thing was really well sealed so that moisture and bugs, we're here in South Florida where moisture and bugs are a problem for half the year. And I really made sure I probably used 100 tubes of silicone caulk to seal up every possible nook and cranny in this thing. I'll probably have to go through even more than that on the next cabin, but it's worth it because when you're doing it yourself, you can really make a difference to make sure you're building something that's really awesome. And my two little girls Absolutely love this cabin. My wife has grown to love this cabin. My wife does not have a back history of camping and whatnot, but we've had a couple of date nights where we'll come out here and turn on some of our favorite shows, brew some coffee, cook some dinner in the cabin. It's just been an ultra cozy and relaxing place to come to out here on our property while we've been waiting to build our house. My girls love coming here and love hanging out. We camped in this a couple of times. That's really the final point of to me, what makes building a cabin on wheels more beneficial than buying an RV is an RV is kind of stale and personalityless. It's very run-of-the-mill. And you know, it's not something you made with your hands. There's something to be said about pouring blood, sweat, and tears into the project, into something that is a project you start to finish, build yourself. And the pride and the sense of accomplishment that this gave me, having this cabin and providing it, be able to provide family memories on our property here in this building that I built, has been incredible. And I can't wait to have a structure that actually fits our needs a little bit better with this next one that I'm building. And seeing my two little girls, every time we come to the cabin, their faces light up because they get excited to come in here and hang out. And taking my wife out here to be able to have nice dinner dates up by the campfire at our campsite here, and relaxing in the cabin. And it's just an incredible feeling as a man, as a husband and a father, to be able to provide for your family this kind of memory-filled place that you built literally with your hands. And if you were like me and you didn't grow up with a lot of hands-on handyman experience, building that skill set and learning and experimenting and trying things to the point where you're actually starting to do it feels incredible. It feels absolutely incredible to be that for your family as a man. And so I say to you, if you're thinking about it, if you've watched a few videos online about building cabins on trailers and whatnot, I know it's a whole subgenre on YouTube and that's fun and all, but it's something that anybody can do, and it's really not that expensive. You're looking at somewhere in the ballpark of, including the trailer cost, probably around $4,000 to $5,000. If you build the whole thing yourself with nothing but 2x4s and plywood and all the stuff you can get at Home Depot yourself, you have to take the time and plan out, draw out schematics of how you're framing each wall and all the layers of everything you're doing and how you're putting flooring together and a roof structure together. Do research of best practices for that, all that kind of stuff. But in the end, between the trailer and building it and all the building materials, you're in it for less than $5,000 probably. And if you really get good at it and be really efficient with your purchases, you could probably keep it closer to $4,000 for something that's going to be a brand new structure that's really well made because you did it yourself and you made sure it was right. But I think I stated my case pretty clearly here. If you think about camping with your family at all and want to be able to enjoy making memories with your kids and wife and whatnot, take some time and research the process of building one of these things, because I can tell you it's worth it. It's a lot of fun. Your family will appreciate it, and you'll have lifelong memories made in something that you made. That's hard to beat. That's honestly hard to beat. But thanks for watching, guys. Again, my name is Chad. This is The Hopeful Homestead, and I hope you stick around and follow my family's journey as we set up shop out here and start living this homestead life we're excited to live. Thanks for watching all the way through if you did, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Later.